Hi guys, my name is Huey and welcome to my channel. So this is my second video, and if you haven't seen the first one, please go check it out. It will give you more context for this channel, but if you don't want to, just stay on this one. After posting the first video, I realized that there are still so many things that I have to learn, like with the recording and then the editing. And to be honest, I kind of YOLO posted it because I was approaching the deadline. I was stressing out. I wanted my first video to be perfect, but I knew that was not achievable, so I just posted it anyway. And doing so, I was able to figure out what I did wrong so that I could improve it in the next videos. But that's kind of it for the introduction for this one. In today's video, I want to tell you guys three things actually. There are three topics I want to talk to you about. The first one is why I have not succeeded in my 20s. The second one is what I'm going to do to improve myself better. And then the third one is I'm going to come up with some goals for the upcoming year. So I actually have the list typed out in my phone. I'm going to read it off to you guys and explain as I go. But you ready? So this is the first one, is the lack of well-defined purpose in life. This one, I kind of know my purpose, but I was still iffy about it. Like I wasn't really sure up until recently. The second one is the lack of ambition to aim above mediocrity. It's kind of true. Like I will admit that I was kind of comfortable for the longest time, like just working the same job, doing the same thing, going through the same motion every single day. I was just not doing any better. At some point, I just got really tired of it, of going through the same motion. And then the third one is lack of self-discipline. This one, I don't really know how to explain it. I do have some disciplines, but not, a whole lot. A lot of it has to do with motivation. Unfavorable environment influence during childhood. This one hits a little bit deeper because I didn't really grow up with parents. The people that knew me growing up, they know that I actually grew up with my two grandparents. Those are the two people that raised me. Little background story. My parents got divorced. My dad moved away to a different city because that's where he worked, and I've never met my mom. So my main caregivers were my grandparents. And growing up with grandparents, there isn't a whole lot to say. It's just they're old people, like they did their best to raise me, but that's pretty much it. Like it's not really their job to like guide me. I guess it's kind of is the job to guide me through life, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. But I would say that they did their best to raise me to be the person that I am today, and I am proud to be their grandchild. The next one is procrastination. This one kind of goes hand in hand with the lack of self-discipline because I tend to procrastinate a lot when it comes to important things, like making these kind of videos, because there are days I'll feel like, dang, I want to do this video, but then when I actually do it, when it comes to doing the important things, I just want to push it off. The next one is lack of persistent. The lack of persistent means that I'm a good starter, but I'm a poor finisher. I have started recording like a lot throughout the year, but I could never finish making a single video. Like I actually have like a lot of like mini clips in my phone of just like introduction, and that's it, or just like little videos of me talking here and there. The next one is indecisiveness. Indecisiveness has a lot to do with the channel, or how it took me so long to start the channel, because again, if you watched my first video, you would know like I was indecisive on what I wanted to do for this channel specifically. Last one is over caution. This one is to explain this one. I have a problem with perfection. Everything that I do, I want it to be perfect, like flawless, right? So when I was recording videos for this one, for the first video, I had to be like careful with everything that I say, everything that I wanted to do for the video. It's almost feel like it's kind of like scripted, and I want it to be raw and heartfelt. So I made a decision just to post it and just deal with the consequence later. But being overcautious doesn't really help with anything, because it just held me back even more. So those are the 8 reasons why I have not been successful in my 20s. And what I'm going to do better is basically just the opposite of those, right? Obviously. But those are just basically like just a sums up a little bit of more of my personality. But to dive deeper into what I'm going to do is to be less cautious. I still want to be cautious, but not to being like overly cautious all the time, because perfection does not exist. I want to be more disciplined with like making videos and posting. I want to have like a set schedule to record and post, and then I want to have a more well-defined purpose of this channel and for myself personally. My purpose, it took me a long time to figure this one out. I have always wanted to help people, but I never knew how or ways to do it. So I want to help people. I want to inspire people in a sense of so me recording and posting this stuff, right? If you're watching this and if you're someone who is just like me, so what I want to do is to inspire you to start something of your own, basically. And if you're feeling stuck, it is still better just to take a step forward, to start doing something, and to fail. At least if you fail, you would know what you did wrong, and then you could do better for the next time that you try to do something. Alright, for the last part of this video, I want to discuss some goals that I want to set up for the year of 2026. This year, 2025, I did set some goals, and I was able to achieve 1.5 of them. So those 3 goals are: number 1 is to hit the gym consistently, number 2 is to have 5K saved up, and then number 3 is to create a YouTube channel and start posting. So I've already got that one down. And then with the first one, I did go to the gym, but not consistently. I would go for like a month and then take a month off, and then go again for the next month, and then take another month off or 2, and then do it again. So I had a goal to gain some weight, but I don't think I've gained any. I kind of look the same. This is what I look like now. Just a small, slim person. Not big arms or anything. That wouldn't have happened if I would just gone to the gym more often, right? And then the second goal was to have 5K saved up. This one is, I would say it's a realistic goal, and some people might say that 5K is not enough or 5K is nothing to them, but this is me, my personal life. Um, I was struggling financially this year because I had moved into a new apartment and I pay about 2,300 every single month for it. And before you say that that's a lot of money, I mean, it is a lot of money, but it is kind of the average of what everybody's paying in the area that I live in. And then I also have other expenses, like I have to pay for my car, insurance, my phone bills, electricity bills, food, gas, stuff like that. At some point, it was achievable until I had to spend a big chunk of it on like personal matters. Like it was actually for family matters. It was for my grandparents because they're old, they have issues, and they kind of need the money to, get better, basically. So for the year of 2026, um, I want to have more realistic goals. Well, actually, I want to set goals for half of the first half of the year, from January up until June, and then I'll figure out July to December later. Because what I realized that is, if I set a yearly goal, means that I have one single project with a long deadline of like 12 months, and that's when procrastination will come in. I won't do it until last minute, so I want to set deadline a little bit closer, so it will be 6 month deadlines instead of 12 months. Goal number one, obviously, is to go to the gym consistently, gain more weight, look better, or just feel better in general. And I do it not just for for the look of it. I want to do it to improve my discipline, procrastination, and indecisiveness, and to better my mental health while I'm working out, improving my physical health. Second goal is to save up about, I would say, maybe not 5K. Let's start with $2,000 first, because I think it is better to just set it at a lower standard. Then it feels better to achieve it rather than just like you set it at the really high standard and then it feels sucky not to hit that goal. So I would say let's start out with 2K first. I would say that's a pretty realistic goal. And then third one is gonna be, I would say, post at least 4 videos a month. So that would just be average out to 1 video per week. Yeah, I would say that's pretty realistic. Alright guys, that's all I have to talk about for this video. I am not where I want to be yet, but I'm finally being honest about why. My 20s have not been how I imagined it to be, but that doesn't mean that they're completely wasted. What I'm going to focus on moving forward is to fix what I've been avoiding or what I've been lacking, and to keep showing up and to be the person that I have the potential to be. If you're someone who is in a similar path as me, I'm glad that you're here. And if you're not, well then thank you for your support and for being here. If there's anything that you guys don't understand in what I say, just comment down below. I will try my best to clarify it. But that's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.